Tea for two this morning and a gadget that's for the birds. It's coming up on Great TV.
Fire it up.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Great TV is back. Jack Wayboy's here, three-time South Carolina State champion. And I'm Bill West with BarbecueTricks.com. And
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Boy, I'll tell you what, we're having a wonderful time here in, where are we? Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
the birthplace
It's a chilly.
of American barbecue.
You know, all the smoke coming from behind us is not necessarily, I'm blowing smoke out my mouth here. So it's chilly.
I think since it's the holidays,
Oh, eggnog. That's awesome.
if it weren't
I'm holding.
8 a.m. in the morning, we'd probably be doing something a little bit different with this.
You know, Bill, when the wintertime comes around and the daylight savings time changes, we have a difficult time keeping light together. And since we're not
Tony?
since we're not lit like Christmas trees as far as the studio goes, and we do the shoot live outside, we have to go to morning time, and it is
Because we can't afford lights.
because we can't afford lights. And it is a beautiful, absolutely astounding holiday morning here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina,
And,
with my good friend Bill,
cheers to you.
BarbecueTricks.com.
Happy holidays. I hope, actually, the things that we're going to talk about are some good holiday time cooking things.
It is that time of the year, and I think we should stay in the holiday theme as far as everything goes. I think we're going to start with, a gadget today, or we're going to work right into...
I saw this question. I thought this would be a good question for us this week.
All right.
It actually came from the Lipton Tea Company.
Lipton, a representative of Lipton
on
tea.
YouTube. You can comment on any of our videos, and there are some interesting ones.
Sure there are.
I don't know if you've seen any of the comments lately. But on YouTube, this one, Lipton, they say, do you ever use tea in your dry rubs? Have you?
Tea and dry rubs.
Tea.
You know, I did see that last week, and I've been thinking about it, and no, I have never used tea in a dry rub. However, tea is an herb, more or less.
Yeah.
We do have some tea, and I would suggest, I'm going to try it, and I think that if anybody else decides to go ahead and give it a ride, send us in your version of tea in a dry rub. Tea generally brings bitter, and we understand that, we're on the flavor ride, sweet, sour, bitter, so on and so forth. But I would think if I was going to use tea, I would probably use flavored tea. I wouldn't use straight tea because really tea probably doesn't bring that much of a itself. If you're just using regular old iced tea probably wouldn't bring that much to the table as far as flavors go. And if you're going to use a rub, well, then you want to bring flavor to it. So we have selected some tea.
Would you use loose leaf? Like Lipton they specialize in having the bags, although I've never seen a bag like this with tea. Anyway.
That's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And would you actually, I guess you would have to, instead of using it as a brine, you would actually rub it right on the,
yeah.
That's loose leaf there.
This is loose leaf. I would probably take it out of the bag, just give it a little snip and take it out of the bag and mix it in with my rub. That way I would get, a more even coating or whatever we want to do. Oh, that's pretty cool right there. Look at that.
And tea in general is very popular. Oh, this is a different kind of, this looks like twigs.
It smells good, and I don't see why it wouldn't bring a flavor that you want to bring. This particular one here, I believe, is mango peach. We have some orange spice tea. I've used tea in sauces before, Bill, and been very successful with using tea in a sauce. But you have a liquid to steep with, and tea is generally a steeping thing. So you'd probably want to apply this and allow it to do its thing. Apply it early in the process. In other words, you don't want to just put the tea in your rub, put the rub on, and then throw the piece of meat on. You'd want to let that rub sit a little bit and gather up the moisture, so it at least bring the flavor that you have in the tea to the rub. I'm going to give it a try. I use herbs often in rubs, oregano, tarragon, so on and so on and so on. So I would think tea would actually be a pretty cool added ingredient.
Looks like fun. We'll try it.
I like it. I'm going to give it a try.
I'll give you an update.
If anybody else gives it a try, certainly hit me at jack@greattv.com. and let me know how you do.
And speaking of greattv.com, that's where you can submit some great plates. We get them every week, and they're starting to roll in, which we love. I thought since we just did some turkey over Thanksgiving, we would show some of the turkey ones that people did on their own. Like Sharif U's, it might be U's, a cider brined and cherry smoked turkey.
Wow, it looks good
that,
too.
I made for Thanksgiving. Looks really good. Nice
That's
spread
awesome.
there. Nice color. That's the thing when I did, it gets such a nice color. These turkeys when you do them out on
when you do them on the grill,
smoke.
yeah, they really do. They turn that golden, or not that golden, that deep mahogany color, and that's always good. The problem that I have with turkey when I do it on the grill sometimes is getting that skin crispy, Bill. And you know, if you're a big skin guy, you really got to use some techniques to make that happen. But overall, brine and smoked turkeys, man, what a treat.
Look at this one, Craig Stover. He says, my first attempt at smoking a turkey. He did pretty good if this is the first attempt.
That is awesome looking.
It was for our family Thanksgiving dinner, and he says,
Wonderful.
I know you never try something new when you're cooking for company. 12-pound butterball there looks great, and he says my wife also liked that she had her own oven free for all the other dishes she was preparing.
That's fantastic.
So you got a whole bird. How do you deal with it if you're not doing it as a whole? Our gadget today
The gadget
is laid out for that.
the gadget today is poultry shears. This is my version of poultry shears. Certainly you can buy different ones, and I would suggest if you're looking at poultry shears to buy a set of shears that are sharp, give you an ergonomic advantage when you're cutting, and these are not, but the next pair that I buy will be detachable. They'll come apart. A lot of them have the piece that holds the shears together is nothing but a kind of a clip and turn kind of a thing. And I will do that only because I'm very, very particular about making sure that, especially when I'm dealing with poultry, that things get clean.
I mean, this is just a heavy-duty scissors.
And that's really what they are. But I would like that to be able to come apart so I can get underneath here when I clean, get in between the blades down in here, to make sure that I can get all the bacteria and stuff out of there when I'm cleaning. So these are poultry shears made by Faberware. Love them.
So what do? I know.
We're gonna cut a chicken up.
You can do all this with a knife or not?
Yes, you can do it with a knife, but shears make it so much easier, Bill, because you have more control over the shears, and it's easier to just go ahead and get the chicken cut up.
And when we get a chicken like that wrapped up in the store, that's got a brining solution in it already.
This one does not. This is an all-natural turkey or an all-natural chicken, but a lot of chickens that you buy these days are enhanced, and they will be they will show enhanced on the package. There's nothing wrong with buying enhanced chicken. Enhanced chicken is we talk about enhanced beef and maybe staying away from enhanced beef, and same thing with pork chops. Stay away, get the all-natural. But chicken, there's nothing certainly wrong with getting a little bit of extra added liquid into your chicken because it's going to dry out.
But then you don't need to brine it again. You'll have a harder time brining it again.
You won't get the natural exchange that you're going to get when you brine.
But it doesn't. I've noticed it doesn't really. You can go ahead and see how fast you can trim that thing up into pieces. But
first thing we do is take out the guts. Always make sure you get your guts out of your chicken. It's important because hey, who wants to eat chicken necks and gizzards and stuff? And they hide guts in all kinds of places. Sometimes they stick them in that part. Sometimes they put them back here underneath the little flap in the back.
what do you got to get rid of to make it presentable?
There's always a piece right here in the front that has fat on it. I always take that and tear it right out. It's not a problem. And then I look for this piece right here is called the Pope's nose, and that's where the everything on the chicken matches. What we're going to do is kind of show a kind of a spatchcocking, and spatchcocking is a word that if you don't know it, you look it up on the internet, and that's basically cutting a chicken in half and taking out the breastbone. So the spine comes right down here, and there's not a lot of usable meat on the spine, so it's going to be on either side of this Pope's nose. So all you do is take yourself your shears and you run it right down next to that thigh right there.
And spatchcocking is basically halves?
It's basically having the chicken. So I got the one piece out, and then we go ahead and run our shears right down.
Well, you got the gizzards in there too right now.
When we take the second half out, that's a heart or a liver right there. Oh wait, before we go to that, we'll show you. This is backbone, and it is gone. You could take this, I usually cut mine in half, throw it in a bag, throw it in the freezer, use it for stock on down the line.
Or crab bait.
Yeah, if you cut enough of those up, you're going along, okay? So you got your chicken out now. You can actually use this right here and go ahead and, season it up, throw it on the grill just like this.
Throw some bricks on top of it to flatten it down.
Flatten it down a little bit, and you'll have a perfectly good chicken.
I like that.
What a lot of folks will do is they'll go ahead and take it in half. So all you do is line your shears up and go ahead and run right down the middle of that bone, and it'll come right out for you.
And as always, chicken is slippery.
It is slippery, so
be extra careful. And also
careful.
If it weren't about 30 degrees out here right now, you would want to have some ice handy.
That's right.
Keep it on ice, because that's the quickest place. Poultry is, you're going to get those bacteria going.
So just as quick as that, now we have 2 halves of chicken and we're looking good. If you want to go ahead and go one more, you make a little incision right here with your shears, get the skin away from it. Bang. Now you're down into more parts.
That was quick.
And then there's a natural joint right here on the leg. Take your shears, find that little opening right there.
People usually do it with shears or with a
piece
sharp
of cake.
Knife?
Most people use a sharp knife, but I'll tell you what, when you see this show, you're going to go buy yourself a pair of shears, because I've got that chicken down. What did we spend on it? 30 seconds? Minute?
Sure we can go back and look at the tape. Minute and a half. But actually, that about wraps up. Good gadget. Everybody should have some poultry shears.
I agree. Everybody should have poultry shears. Make sure they're sharp. Make sure they give you an ergonomic advantage. Make sure they're cleanable.
A towel.
And the towel.
Let's wash our
because
hands.
Chicken goop is nasty on your hands.
That's it for this week.
What else we got?
We got some good holiday stuff next week, so come back and keep it here. Happy holidays to everybody. Thanks for watching, and send us your great plates.
Hey, gang, make sure in the world today that you buy local, think global, stay sustainable, and please, every chance you get, hug your mother.